Today is all about promotion, making noise, building your brand, make sure that you're actually just representing your brand and doing everything that you can to drive traffic to your store. And there's two ways to do it. There's the offline promotion and there's the online promotion. Why did I bring today a little bit of offline promotion? And this is a very important part because I believe that even though we live in the digital age and everything happens very fast and everything happens online or via text messages, always a human interaction is important. And part of that is what I'm about to show you. So let's talk about first offline promotion. And yes, that's me. That's actually this morning. For those who are curious, like, who's that guy? What is that guy doing there? And why a t-shirt on that? And I want to talk about because of my personal experience. So all of you guys can get context on why should I do it? Why should I just buy a sample of the t-shirt that I designed and wear it? And I'm going to tell you my experience. This t-shirt actually was designed 2009, so it's actually at the close of the decade. It was actually November 2009. And I used to play semi-professional paintball. I don't know if any of you guys that maybe have an adventurous, spirit have played any extreme sports. Paintball was considered an extreme sport. It's considered an extreme sport. And I used to play paintball, like woods ball and speedball. And I'm from Colombia, so I was my company back then, paintballcolombia.com, brought the sport to South America somewhere around 13 years ago. But in 2009, we actually brought the two best players at the time, two gentlemen by the name Nicky Cuba and Oliver Lang, for those who follow paintball. And they were the greatest star in the world. I mean, just to give you some context on my personal story that it has a lot of relation to what we're talking right now. Paintball back then, it was a small sport, considerably smaller in South America. In the United States, was actually growing. But in South America, nobody was playing. Nobody knew what was paintball. So we decided to bring it up. And I brought this example because 10 years ago, I didn't have the tools that we have now. And this is why I say become a product of your product. Because to give you some context, this design that you're looking at right now, and by the way, that t-shirt that I just wear for that picture this morning, it was actually purchased 10 years ago. So that means that I haven't gained a lot of weight, which I'm glad. But 10 years ago, black and white, I purchased 800 of these t-shirts. It was considerably the cost because it was money out of pocket, money that I didn't have. And my wife at the time, she didn't agree with the idea. But I said, wait a minute, I'm going to do something online and offline. And the first place that I saw it, and I was trying to look for the website back in Wayback Machine to see if I can find the actual, and I couldn't find, unfortunately. But I sold these online in Colombia, in South America. And in a period of 3 months, I got rid of all the 800 t-shirts. And this is kind of the roadmap that I use, which I want to show you in a few seconds. So this is the design, paintball, and of course the design is in Spanish, but it says paintball, un deporte con altitud. That means paintball is a sport with attitude. And in the back, of course, it has the website, which I forgot to take a picture of the back. It had www.paintballcolombia.com. Why? To drive traffic. That is the kind of tools that you guys need to use. And why did I show you this? Because I did it before. It's not like, oh yeah, just most of the gurus out there, they talk about. No, I dig down, and I hope that my wife did not throw all of the t-shirts away. And I had one, and I decided to try it on, and it fit. So for those who didn't know me personally, yes, that's my ugly self right over there. And this is the case study that I had. So I sold those 800 t-shirts. I made my money back, and of course I made money. And it was very little promotion, and I did the promotion manually. I became a product of my product because everywhere I went, I wore the t-shirt. And this is funny because even here in the United States, or at least in Miami, where I used to live back then 10 years ago, As you know, Miami is a mostly Hispanic city. So Colombians that lived in Miami, that when they saw me wearing the T-shirt, they said, "Oh my God, so you practice paintball," especially young people and kids, and I engaged them. So if you are passionate about something, like I was 10 years ago, and which I am, still practice paintball, but I unfortunately had a knee injury and I had to stop. And then life crashed with me, and I had two kids. Then we couldn't afford any more equipment, so I changed the equipment for diapers. So I had to, slow down my role with paintball because I was spending too much time and too much money. But it was paying off because I did it with passion. And I think at the beginning of the class we talk about that passion. So do it with passion. Wear it. Be the product of your own product. Also, in the lines of offline, have a couple of business cards. And this is important because if you have a business, whether it's online or whether it's a brick and store, a brick and mortar store, you always have to have something that people identifies you. And I'm going to just show you something in the next slide. But before I move along, I want to make sure that we cover another 5 areas that we definitely, and please, since I know that you guys listen to me, get your notepad and your pen and write these down, or take a screenshot of this. Every single place that we go, even if it is a school or a library or a business center, they have public areas. They have bulletin boards. So, take a thumbtack and put a couple of your business cards in there. Make a small flyer, make a little brochure, anything and everything to bring free traffic to your store. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you are working in a local market, that's where you could start without spending a lot of money. So by experience, I did that with Paintball Colombia. I actually talked to my partner and I said, "Hey, dude, do me a favor. Every single school that you can in their bulletin boards, put a couple of either 4x6 flyers and stick them in there, and kids will take it. Kids would actually just go." And once we did that, and as I said, unfortunately, I don't have a screenshot of what we actually had. We increased our organic traffic for free with very creative ideas. So small 4x6. And let me just show you what is a 4x6 because maybe somebody might not know. Give me just 1 second. 4x6 flyer. Let me just put it in my browser here. And a 4x6 flyer will look something like this. And I hope I didn't click in anything inappropriate because I just didn't see what it was. No, I don't think so. Something like this, you see, is just like a little piece of hard paper with very nice colors, and just put your website address, your email address, maybe your phone number if you have a Google phone, or if you have one of those grasshopper lines that you can actually get for your business, and that will actually give you traffic, especially when you're starting, because I have seen people that are right now in the webinar. I have interacted one-on-one with them, and they only have one concern right now. They have been pouring money online in Facebook and in ads, and they haven't seen the return. And that got me thinking, I gotta talk before the course ends in all the stuff that we can do offline. So that happens today. So this is it. And as you can see, 2,000 of this will cost you 40 bucks. And if you ask me if my store is new, if I want to do some sales, spend the $40. 2,000 will last you a long time. Keep them in your car. Keep them in your office, or in your bag, or in your center console in your car. And every time, if you're walking in the street and somebody sees you wearing a T-shirt that you designed, or maybe a bracelet that you're selling, or maybe a nice backpack, or maybe something that you have designed, you're becoming a product of your product, and then you can engage them by giving them something. And I'm going to show you something really cool in the next slide now. But engage people that way. Become a product of your product. There also, I forgot to mention, the local networking events. There's local networking events in the Chamber of Commerce everywhere, public libraries, and a small business that actually help entrepreneurs You can actually just go online, go on Facebook, go on Google, and look for business meetups, because everybody now has a side hustle, and most of us do this part-time. Most of them has 1, 2, or 3, or 4 stores because we want to improve, of course, our financial outcomes and of course our lives. And this will give us that independence. And I gotta also mention something, especially for the new people and for the guys that actually just joined us last class or today. This is a sprint. E-commerce is not a race, it's a sprint. A lot of people say, oh, I'm gonna open my e-commerce store and I'm gonna sell millions. Pump the brakes, because that doesn't happen that easy. There's a lot of blood and tears in this journey. And why? Because I did it. And coming back to the picture that you're looking at, that t-shirt back then, to print 800 t-shirts, cost me somewhere around $7,000, a little bit more if I'm correct. And of course, not only that, because I had to ship them to Colombia, because dummy me, I actually print them here in the United States. But then I say, oh no, I'll carry them with me when I fly out. It ended up being that I had to send them by cargo, and I had to do a bunch of stuff with customs because it was more than 6 items. It was a whole nightmare. But you see, I was able to make it. And that's how you learn, by experiencing things. So what I'm trying to say is I invite you to become a product of your product and leverage that. Get yourself a couple of business cards. And I know Vistaprint.com, they have incredible offers all the time. $9.99 for 500 cards. Start small. You don't have to spend a fortune, but that will give you a lot of opportunity to engage people outside. So I'm going to stop here before I go to the next slide, but I'm going to go to the questions. I see a lot of comments. Deborah, yes, thank you. Well, so you're a girl after my own heart, because paintball, it was a great part of my life. I hope my son, which is 4 right now, I'm saving my whole jersey for him. So when he is probably 14, 10, 15, if he decides to play paintball, it will be an honor for me. It's a great sport. I played it for over 20 years. We had a great amount of successes. I travel a lot. I travel all throughout South America, Chile, Argentina. We went to Europe with the Millennium Cup that is played in France. So it's great. I watched a video. Hold on. Conal Rao says, I'm a newbie. I'm having issues landing the supply. Perfect. I'm going to save your number, Conal, and I'm going to just take a look at it, and we will talk together. Grasshopper phone for biz. Lenny, yeah, Lenny, I'll send you an email on Grasshopper, so we can actually just talk about a 1-800 line. That's what Grasshopper offer. My God, I had trouble with that word. Yes, Walter, you're right. Walter Lewis mentioned, isn't it funny that Facebook prices have gone up so much when people were doing back of line advertising? That is correct. And this is why I'm mentioning this. This was also the second point, because a lot of people are leveraging Facebook, but for free. And I'm going to show you a crazy example. Thank you, Dr. Jim. I was thinking if it's not a race, it's a sprint. Thank you. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Thank you so much. You see, the new guy is actually correcting me. I love this. Thank you very much. And George actually said the same thing. I appreciate you guys. You see, that's the problem when you're talking to 300 people on a daily basis and you try to show off and you mess it up. I just feel like Donald Trump, and I don't want to talk about politics, but I feel like him right now. So offline promotion, get out there, do your thing, and I want to show you something really cool right now. Why offline? And a lot of people ask me this, but why should we spend money in 4x6s or business cards? Simply because it works. A business card has 4 stages, and actually I kind of created this 4 or 5 years ago, and I found it. And because once you handed out a business card to somebody, you generate curiosity. Even though business cards are dead, supposedly, people tell me, oh no, nobody hands us a business card anymore. You might be surprised. And the reason why it's still alive is because they work. Ask anybody in sales and they will tell you, I always carry my business cards with me. Why? Because 2 things. A business card will not delete the memory. And that's the problem with phones right now. Everybody's so focused on their phones and in the smart devices. Oh, I'm gonna save it. I'll just ping me your contacts. Oh, let's just sync our contacts. What happened if that person decides to start running the next morning and they fail and they break their phone? It's gonna be a good 2-3 days until they get a new phone, they get replaced, lost contacts. If you're lucky and if you're smart, you keep always a backup on your phone, so yeah, you can get them back. But a business card will always be there, will always be in a desk. And it is funny because I know, and give me a 9 to whomever this has happened before. Hasn't it happened that you're looking for somebody in your cell phone and you don't remember if you added or not, and you go through your desk to find that business card of that person? Let's see how many 9s I see. And you see, I already looking a bunch of 9s because it has happened to everybody. Business cards or something that will remind us of something that we had some interest will always work. So let me show you the map of why offline. Curiosity. A business card will, oh, nice design. How many times have people get a compliment in their business cards? Oh, nice business card. I like the paper. Oh, I like the lettering. It generates that curiosity. Then investigation. How from a business card I'm generating that investigative mode in a human? Oh, you know what? They're gonna go to my website, which leads me to engagement. If the website is a nice website, it has a form where I can contact people, then I'm gonna generate the engagement. This is from a single business card. And then from that engagement, I generate an action. Now I have their email address. Now I see that they visited my website. I plug the pixels and all the stuff that Facebook offers us and Google Analytics and all that stuff. Now I know that somebody from Kansas City visited my site, and this was probably my friend that I gave the card today. Guess what? You can follow up. Give him a call. Hey, this is this, and I did this, by the way. I did this many years ago with a project, and I started to do something that you guys are looking at right now. Those QR codes, I personally believe that they still work. And I'm going to show you what a QR code is in a moment. Why do they work? Because, again, everybody has a cell phone. And if you have a smartphone, like most of us, if you scan that picture, you're going to go to a destination. And why is that? Right here. This is the gap. Online promotion, offline promotion, and this little square right here will bridge that gap. Now, without sounding like an idiot, I'm going to ask you guys for a favor. Most of us might have our cell phones right now. Most of us may know. Now, do me a favor. Scan that picture. Go get your phone, scan that QR code, and whoever types first, what is the product that QR code will lead you, I will give something special to them. But I haven't decided what it is, but I'll give you something special because I'm doing it live. So whoever scans that QR code first right now, and of course, I will give something else. And of course, it had to be one of the usual suspects, Deborah Caras. Deborah, that's correct. Groovekart, no, it's not. It is Groovekart, but I asked for a specific question, what was the product? So it is a backpack for Tijuana. That's correct. So if you guys scanned it, guess what happened? You went to a product. Now imagine this, and this is why I always stress this. You're walking in wearing a nice design t-shirt that you did. You're wearing it proudly, and you're walking by, and a random stranger, hey, you know what? I love your t-shirt. What do you do there? Simple. Hey, you like it? Here, go to this website and look for it. Just scan your phone and you can buy it right now if you like it that much. Case closed. Why? I did it. It worked for me, and many people does it. But a lot of people don't use it correctly because unfortunately, we don't have the tools or we don't have somebody to lead us. And that's why you guys are in luck, because I'm going to tell you where to get the QR codes. So let me bring my browser here. And let me just close this window. Let me go to my links here for the class. Class, day 6 links. We're gonna go to the QR generator. Where do I do this? So the address is the dash QR code dash generator.com. It's also in the docket for the presentation right here, the QR code generator.com. And what this will do is actually pretty cool because it's very simple. You go here, you open the website. Let me just accommodate it a little bit more here in my screen. And let's just do this. Let's just go to a URL. Now, then you go to your website. So let's just go to my website, tijuana.com. And of course, I am not going to generate the same code. I'm going to just generate a code for, well, let's say this t-shirt. I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to go back to the QR. Then I'm going to copy paste. And then right here where it says save, just save it. Save the QR code. Just put t-shirt QR code. Then you select either a PNG, remember file formats, PNG, SVG, or EPS. I always do it PNG because it's more compatible with any other graphics. SVG is more for online graphics, and of course EPS is a vector, so is more complicated to maneuver because you will need Illustrator or stuff like that. So PNG will open with any photo editor, like Canva, for example. So you just click save. And let's just do, let me just save it here in the desktop, the QR code. And you get that piece of information here. We're gonna open it. It's gonna open smaller, of course, but if you get your phone and you scan it, that is actually where it goes. It goes to the product. And again, it is actually by learning, by experimenting, by trying to do all those tricks. I mean, to me, it worked for me for a long time. And you can connect this to anything. You can connect it to different sources, different places, your website, different products, but use it, take advantage of that. So it is very simple. And you know what? I think I have a couple of seconds here. Let me just do something because I'm gonna use what I just downloaded to do something here, Canva. Canva.com is one of the greatest tool ever. And I think is Australian made. Somebody let me know a couple of weeks ago. It's actually one of our fellow classmates. And let me see if I can get into my account here in Canva because I found this software incredible. I mean, it's a free platform. I actually paid for it because I love it, but it's great. And you can design a lot of stuff. And let's see if we have business cards here in Canva, which I think they do have business cards. Look at that. You can design your business cards in Canva. Import your logo, import, you know what you need, or even designs. They already have designs already pre-made, which I think is super cool. So let's just pick one really quick one here. They have for, let's see, t-shirt. Since I sell t-shirts in Tijuana, so why not t-shirts? You know what, just for the sake of the, oh, this is cool actually. So just put Danny Martinez, well, even though I'm not John, I'll just put Tijuana.com. Then the number, if you want to have the number, or probably the email, which I have as info@tijuana.com, and maybe a phone number. And now I believe that we can bring your photos. So I'm gonna bring my my logo here. I'm gonna bring an image or a video, and we're gonna upload this guy right here. So we're gonna bring it in, then we're gonna bring it here, Of course, we're not gonna make it that big. Oh, hold on. Let me just bring it again here and see if I can edit it the right way. It's playing tricks with me. I believe we're gonna be fine here. No, it's not helping me. Why? Here we go. So then we're gonna move this down here. Again, you can be creative. Canva will do it for you. And of course, this will start, bridging that gap between the offline and the online world. So let's take advantage of the free tools that we have. Yes, this is a business card that you have to probably even print yourself. For those that are kind of crafty and creative because they have kits, you get a printer in color. They sell the cut-off paper that you can actually put your business card. It doesn't matter how they look like at the end. It's just the message that you're conveying. So if people see it, and again, it could be a random guy or a girl walking up, hey, you know what? I like that t-shirt. Oh, I like that top. Oh, now the leggings, for example. And this is funny because I'm going to show you guys. T1.com. For those ladies that actually practice yoga and any other kind of sport activity, look, just have cards made for your yoga studio, your yoga class, and share it with them. Hey, wear your leggings one class, and if people give you some compliments on it, pull out your business card. Say, hey, you like him? You can get him here. And as a matter of fact, to sweeten out the deal, what you can do is add a code or add something in that card, maybe like a discount code, and you can, once they go online, you can tell them, hey, put this code and get 20% off, or use code yada 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 and get a discount. So you have the ability, because you're working with one of the most complete platforms right now in e-commerce, so you can do that. So it's all about being creative, being passionate about what you're going to sell, and do it. And you see, again, it might be a little bit of technical knowledge and creative knowledge here to create this, but you're going to have a 2-week vacation literally from us. So we're not going to see each other for 2 weeks. So take a look at that time. Take a look while all your kids and all your relatives are in the house or making probably food or preparing stuff for the Christmas. Spend an hour, half an hour, try to do it, maybe over the weekend. So it's all about being creative with your own brand. So before I move along, let me just take a look at the questions. George Cowan, then send this to Vistaprint. Yep, you're right, George. You can send this design to Vistaprint or to any of the other companies that might do the printing services for you. And for less than $10, you get 500 cards. And imagine that the return of investment on $10, even if you give 20 cards to somebody, if you sell 2 or 3 t-shirts, is it worth it? I believe it is, because there's nothing greater of the feeling of somebody going to somebody's website and making that first order, because that first order brings something that is called hope, and hope brings more hustle, and the more hustle you do, the more hopes you can bring, and then when those mix together and they collide, you can start seeing that your business is growing and growing and growing and growing. Then you say, you know what, I'm making more money in my online store than in my job. I am going to say goodbye to my job and I'm going to keep growing my online business. And that's ultimately, I guess, everybody's goal, to have a business or something that will give them that independence. So these are the small steps towards that bigger goal. So what other questions do we have? Do you make an effort to create a QR code for shortened URLs? No, just try to use Francis. Actually, Francis Filion says, do you make an effort to create a keyword from a shortened URL, meaning from a short URL? No, always used the long tails. Always use the actual. I personally like to use the long tails, because sometimes when you shorten it, when it's, and it had happened with me before with another generator, sometimes it doesn't really go fine and you might have issues. So always use the long term, I mean the long URL. And another reason is because it will help you actually also to to gather the analytic information. I'm going to show you something cool right now. So let me just show you this right now. Let me see if I can log into my account. And for those who actually scan the card, let me see. Because this is why I am big with analytics, and I'm going to tell you why. You know what? Let me just see if I can. And again, guys, these tools are free. These tools are completely free, and we can use them. They are connected to their stores. You can connect them to your store, so it is there for you guys to analytics. And let me see if I have this account tied up with my personal, which I believe I do. Because I'm going to show you something really cool, and I think I will never get tired of, and of course it kicked me out. I will never get tired of sharing analytics. I'm a data guy. I love making decisions in using the rationale of data, not just gut feelings. And people usually that takes everything with gut feelings, they regret the feelings later. So let's see. Right now I am going to Tijuana. Let me see. Can you guys do me a favor? Can you 2 or 3 people, not all of you guys, can you actually take a look? I'm gonna just see something fun. Can you take a look again at that QR code and actually punch the QR code if you don't mind? And by I mean punch it, I don't mean to punch it in the screen, but just try to read it with your cell phone. I would like to measure something here to see if my analytics are properly connected. Oh, look at that. So I see that 3 people already did that. And analytics, we're gonna just ask the magic from where? 5 people. Oh, nice. So let's see. Let's take a look at the real-time report. Yes, Google measures data right now from where? Mobiles. Look at that. 6 people from all over the place. Top locations. Let's take a look at the map. So we have Summerfeld in the United States. We have also, let me see, let me go back. And let me just clean this because I just clicked on it. So we have Bratislava. Oh, I would like to know who's there in Bratislava. We have people in all over the country, in the United States. So you see, it's going to the backpack. And this is what I'm saying, that all this insight, all this information will give you that analytical data that you can to say, okay, since I gave my business card in my city and I want to combine it with a Facebook ad, because I'm just like that. I'm going to do a Facebook ad targeting my city. The people that I gave my business card, guess what? I'm going to know about it. For example, right now I know that, let me see, let me just see if I can get closer to this location. And let's see who in the United States. You see, Visalia, California. I know who that is. Mount Pleasant, Centennial, Lake Zurich, Summerfeld. So I can tell you that I know who's in Visalia. Of course, I'm not going to say her name, but I know who's there because I was working on certain things for her. Actually, yesterday I got to finish it and send it. So I know that my friend went and visited my my website. So I can say, hey friend, I know you were looking at this. Would you like to buy it? I'll send her a quick email. Now, did I need all those incredibly expensive softwares? Not really. I'm just starting, so I need to save money. The only thing that you need to invest in this kind of situations is time. The marketing that I'm trying to propose to you guys right now is guerrilla tactics. It's just we're gonna go with the nails and tails, and we're gonna try to do something for websites, for my business, for my future, without spending a lot of money. Now, this is now bridging the gap between offline and online. Now, as you can see, it works. Why? Because I'm getting the data and I'm getting very specific data. What cities? So let's say in a hypothetical case, I decide to talk to my friend in Visalia, California and say, hey friend, I am going to do a campaign there. Do you mind if I send you a couple of flyers to just drop at the beach, maybe in Venice Beach or one of the beaches there? She says, yes, I'm more than glad to do so. So she get the actual 4x6 and she put it in restaurants, or maybe she hires somebody and she will do that for me. Then I'll track all that stuff down using analytics and say like, all right, out of the 500 brochures or business cards, I got 200 visits. Not bad. Or maybe 100 visits, or maybe 0 visits. Okay, something's wrong. But now, what happened? I'm going to do it on the online spectrum. I'm going to do a Facebook ad in the same thing. And guess what happens? Since that somebody already QR code and went to my website, that means that in their mobile device, they have the pixel, because the pixel is already included in the business card. So in the shopping cart. So people will know, okay, I had a visit from a mobile device. And guess what? If you do an ad and you had the retargeting properly done, which we'll talk about it right before we end the course or during that last class, and for the ongoing months, we're going to be training you on that. So you gather that data, and then you start making more smart decisions on where you can spend your money. So this work, guys, and remind you, this is not, I know that this in Google Analytics, because I have seen people telling me, oh, that dashboard is too complicated, I don't have the time. I know, but if you want your business to be somehow competitive, this is a must. Any and every single business that is making it big, they make it with conscious, data-driven decisions and not with gut feelings. And that's a reality. Once you have the tools that I'm presenting you guys right now and you use them properly, then you'll see the difference, because you have something called data. And I'm going to show you guys in a second how data affects every single process. Now, let me just go to the questions here. Sultan, oh, Sultan from Slovakia. Sultan, thank you very much. Centennial Colorado, that's you. Now I know. Deborah, you see? So you see, Deborah, all this stuff is what makes this e-commerce journey great. And to me, it has a lot of rewards, but it's a lot of effort. Please, and I know that all of us get bombarded every single day with buy my course, buy this, buy that, spend $1,000, and because we do it, because we promote a product. But out there's a ton of people saying, if you listen to me for the next 14 hours, you'll be a millionaire in 6 months. It could happen. I gotta tell you, it could happen. I have friends of mine that have done it, and right now they're driving Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and they're happy. That's their prerogative. That's their why. My why is a little different. My why shifted 8 months ago, a year ago. I said, I'm done with corporate. I'm gonna just work full time in my online businesses. And I had the blessing to work this year, start working this year with Groovekart, and I'm loving it because I'm getting to share my time, my experience, and kind of all my, my trials and errors with you guys, so we can actually bring better and brighter experience in our e-commerce journeys. So all these tools I had to learn myself. I certified myself in Google Analytics, in Google Ads, because I wanted to, but it takes time, like everything. So now with that said, with that little parenthesis there, let me just close all this stuff. So we know now that we can make a very cheap business card that will drive business to our sites. And with that analytic, with that information, we can make more conscious decisions. So let me just close all this beautiful stuff and let's just move along. So let me just move this browser out of the way. And now we're going to the online promotion. So now we know that we have to make a business card. We know what we need to make a nice QR code, and definitely it will work. Anything with enough time will work. I mean, repetition makes perfection. Is it? Did I say that right? Because I don't want to make the same mistake, like life is not a race but a sprint. So anyhow, I like that Gondel nugget of the info. Yep. Data tools avoid gut feel. That's right. I mean, that's why big companies make it. And I'm an avid reader, and I'm gonna make another little parenthesis here. There is a book actually called 1 Million Followers by a guy, Brendan Kane. Uh, that book is amazing because I am on the way in one of my brands. I set that goal for 2020. By this time, 2020, have the 2 projects that I have get to the 1 million followers, and is by reading. Read, get tools. Let me just show you if I can take a second here. Let me just 1 million followers. Let me see if I got the correct link. Yep, this is the book, by the way. And no, I cannot send you guys a link. It's only 1millionfollowers.com. I highly recommend it. This is the gentleman responsible to drive the traffic for Taylor Swift, for a couple of rappers. I don't remember the names, but just in the case of Taylor Swift, this gentleman is responsible for all the following, the culture that is behind an artist. And we can do the same, but with our own brands, with our small websites, with our small e-commerce. Because if you have engagement, if you got following, guess what? You got business. So don't forget, 1millionfollowers.com. The author name is Brendan Kane, and I highly recommend it. I'm reading right now. I'm almost done with it. It's an amazing book. So with that little segue, online promotion. Online promotion, we have the usual stuff: Facebook, Instagram, Google AdWords, WhatsApp, email, and TikTok. For some of us that are right now at home will say, what did this guy just said? TikTok? What is that? TikTok is an app that a couple of the gurus out there are promoting a lot, and one in especial, Mr. Gary Vaynerchuk. I've been following Gary Vaynerchuk for the past 8 years. I actually met him once, and I've been to his library, to his wine business in New Jersey with his family. Amazing guy. I know him just 30 seconds, 30 40 seconds. But this guy is responsible for a lot of branding to be well known and making money. So he said TikTok is the app, and I'm going to try to look for a couple of screenshots, that is bringing now the younger generations. TikTok is something that you can record yourself making, this series of gestures or movements, and make it fun and make it proactive, and you can actually add links, and you can do a lot of stuff. The same thing that at some level Instagram was in a point, but not as interactive. But it's an app, and I want you to have it in the back of your mind, because depending on the products that you guys sell, you do want to use the new technology. I know that most of us that are YGen or baby boomers, we kind of, yes, Facebook is probably the top of the stuff that I use, or maybe I'm not. Just download the app, play with it. The same thing with the Snapchat and WhatsApp. I mean, WhatsApp, and I'm gonna just show you something, guys. It's really cool. Right now, WhatsApp has a different version, not just the regular WhatsApp, but they do have the WhatsApp for Business, which you can create channels. And once you create a channel, let's say if people in your community, or maybe friends, or maybe your own clients, you can save their phone numbers, and every time you get a promo, you can actually send a broadcast message to everybody for free. All that you have to do is download the app, WhatsApp for Business. Just download it in your phone and play with it. Play with the tools, because they're free. A lot of the tools are free, and free is a big word when it comes to starting a company. I mean, a business, and especially an online business. Oh wow, you see, you guys bought the book. Amazing. But yeah, it would be nice for you guys to let me know, so I could have sent you an affiliate link. I'm completely kidding. I'm just trying to share my knowledge, because that's the most important part for me. That for me is, it will be far better than probably $3 or $4 that any company would probably give me to help out to that book. I mean, sharing my knowledge, sharing my own experience is the greatest treasure that I can probably offer right now. So how do we set up Google Analytics? Gets overwhelmed by the tech. Shelly Lidke actually asked that question. Shelly, do me a favor. Send me an email to support@groovekart.com, and I'll talk to one of my guys, and we'll be more than glad to set the analytics for you on your website. It takes 30 seconds, so we'll be more than glad to do it for you. Deborah, never knew any of this. Well, now you know it. Now you have the opportunity to work with all this stuff. I bought that book last time you mentioned it. I haven't read it yet, and that was Sandra. Sandra, read it, because once you see what I got for you, because I know you and I have to talk to, I still owe you a couple of things. I'll show you a couple of things that will blow your mind, for especially for the area and the country that you are. Lenny, I would love to, but I don't have it right now, and I don't want to leave it for posterity, and of course it wouldn't be ethical for me to do that right now, because I already spoke about the book. So no, I appreciate the offer of me sending you the affiliate link, but we don't do that. I don't do that. So let's get back to it. I'm going to show you another little map right here on the online promotion. We're talking about the tools, the Facebook. Most of us know it, and if I'm correct, last week, and I'm going to just share this again, because I think was one of the tools that I shared. Let me just see if I can find it really quickly, because I know that most of us, oh, Facebook is the game. Facebook, we need to learn it. Facebook, we have to play with them. But let me just show you this. And I think last week, I just spoke about this, and I've been following this thing, and pardon me, I've been watching the videos, completing the small classes. This is very important. I mean, if there's any time that you have during the day, take a look at these videos. I mean, I am blown away by the quality of the content that these guys are putting out there. And I know Facebook for support and explaining things are the worst, but in this case, whoever responsible for Facebook Blueprint, they're doing it right. And this is the kind of stuff that the pros use. And now you guys have the option to do it. Just log in, go to facebookblueprint.com, and start using the tools, start learning. I mean, we live in a day and age that if you don't know something, you're missing out. But if you don't know something, you're not only missing out, but you're not making money out of it. And we're in a journey together to make sure that your e-commerce business grows. In order for it to grow, we need tools. These tools are the ones that are being effective. The big guys use it. And from business opportunities, advertising, how to get started with your business manager. And I saw, was it this one? I think it was this little video. Yeah, this course, I'm actually completed it right now. I started watching it, but then my daughter walked in crying that she had a little accident, and I didn't finish. But this is 15 minutes of pure gold, because then you're gonna start knowing how to do your own campaigns, what frequency, how much, how long, what do I show. All these little pieces of information are great. And again, I will never get tired of saying it's free. It's resources. So the more resources that I can share with you guys for your success, the better. And I will keep doing research. I'll keep going, like Matt and John and Mike. They do go to these very expensive masterminds, because believe me, the people that are making it big in this business, they don't stop learning. They do have e-commerce business like John Cornetta. He's been to many business masterminds, and they're not cheap. He has the ability to do so because for the past years he's been busting his behind with his stores and with his print on demand, and he's making enough to have a very comfortable living, teach us how to do some stuff, and do all these stuff. Keep learning, and learning is one of the most important aspects of the e-commerce journey. So it's definitely something that you guys can take advantage of. So this is important. facebookblueprint.com. Do it. Don't forget, now since it's the holidays, try to do it. Another tool that I'm going to demonstrate today is Instagram, because a lot of people are afraid of Instagram. I don't know how to do it. I don't know if I should post this. I'm going to give you a live example of how to do a post in Instagram. Of course, it will. I cannot show my cell phone because I try to do it with an app that I used to use, but unfortunately, it's not allowing me to do it for some reason. I don't know if it's something within the actual browser, but I'm going to just show you guys my Instagram account for Tijuana. So let me just go here, instagram.com, tijuana.com. So let me see if I'm logged in. Yeah, I am logged in. So right now in my cell phone, and I wish I could show you guys, but I'm preparing something that I just create, one of the images that I used, and I'm gonna log in right now. Unfortunately, as I said, you cannot see what I'm doing in my cell phone, but I'm gonna do it, and you will see it in a second here in the computer. So, but the point of this exercise is what to use in your post. A lot of people say, yeah, well, anybody can put a t-shirt, anybody can actually do that, but how do I make people to go and visit this product? Easy, call the hashtags. For example, this is, I don't know, I'm a kid of the 70s, and I grew up with a guy named Messenger Z. I don't know if any of the non-millennials today have seen Messenger Z. Has anybody seen that? It was like a comic strip, I guess, along with Tom and Jerry, and along with many other characters. But Messenger Z was always an obsession for me. I wanted to be a robot when I was 9 and 8. So I found it, and I did this like 4 years ago. Actually, 225 weeks, so it's a little bit longer, but it's still there. So I just created vintage style as a hashtag, 80s. So all those hashtags are the ones that help you bring the actual traffic. And you'll see different stuff for the 80s. And of course, this is an old post, so amongst 11,600,900, almost 12 million posts, of course, it's going to be all the way down. But if you post something with the hashtag 80s, 70s, depending on the style, then you can actually just get some traffic. And again, free traffic. So I'm going to do something right now. I actually sync my accounts here on my cell phone as well. Let me just do a post really quick with a couple of good examples. If I can find where did I put my app. Where is my Instagram? Let me just select my right account. I'm going to Tijuana, and I'm going to create a new post. And I'm just going to go next. I'm going to set this filter. Sorry, you cannot see my screen again, but I'm going to also post it in Facebook because I can do that. And I can just put as a hashtag the brand, always use the brand, Tijuana, then out of this world, which is the name of the product, and then a couple of keywords, backpack, for example. And you will see it in a second. Right now you're seeing just my Instagram channel, but in just a few seconds, once I'm done with the cell phone here, you will see what I'm doing. Get this back today. Link in bio. I'm just going to share it right now. So if I refresh this, let me see, where do I go? Let me just go to my account. You see, if you guys are looking at the screen, I just did this literally 12 seconds ago. From my cell phone, I just took a picture from one of the products. Of course, it's not good to do this. I just did it for the example to do it. But if you have an editor that you can take pictures, I mean, or if you order the samples, you can wear it yourself and kind of crop out your face if you don't want your face to be shown, or if you want a friend that can model the clothing for you, or the backpack or the accessories, do that. Take a picture and use the right hashtags. For example, Tijuana, Out of This World, this is the name of the product. Let's see from Out of This World, let's see how many people have any hashtags. Only 42 posts. So it will be okay. And look, most recent right here in that category. Yes, it's free traffic, and people will see that, oh, Out of This World. Let me see, this is a cool backpack. Oh, nice. So get this backpack today, link in the bio. So when you have these little piece, this is the secret from Instagram, because Instagram, unless of course if it's a ad from the post, you cannot link it to a page. So this is the free part again. Link on bio, people will go to, oh, let me see the bio. Oh, let me see the link. Oh, I go to tijuana.com. I want to get that backpack. So if you're featuring a product with a hashtag, so people don't have to look for the product, you can just feature the product on top of the website or have a direct link. And for that day, for that specific product, you can create the link and edit the link in your Instagram profile, and you can just add it. For example, in this case, tijuana.com. Let's say for today, I'm going to promote this product just for today. I'm going to go submit. So when people sees my post from anywhere, let me just go back to my profile. When they see this, they're gonna go, oh, link on bio. So I go to the profile, and of course, you can link it there. And why this is also very important, because if you are promoting products, again, everything is read by the analytics, and I'm coming back to that. It will show that it came from Instagram, and you can use that data to, okay, now I'm gonna, if you have enough people, let's say that hashtag generated 600 visits or 500 visits. Okay, I'm gonna keep it for another 2 days, but then I'm gonna do an ad. And that is another class, because I'm going to be teaching a class on how to do ads in Instagram and in Facebook and all that stuff. But for the lieu of time and all the content that I had to share today, I got to do bits and pieces. But for 2020, I'm planning to do bigger and brighter things for the webinars. So this is the part of that you can pay for an ad, and then in Instagram, once an ad is paid, people that had the same interest, you can actually just plug it to a specific product. And based on that answer that you just get with the analytics, like, okay, if I got 300, 600 visits organically, if I push it, if I put an ad for, let's say, $5, $10, $20, then it will give me more impressions, it will give me more visits, and now the interest will rise, because guess what happens? You have the ability to do this from Instagram. But in Facebook, guess what? If you have your page connected, which I do, I actually have connected my page right here. Where is Tijuana? Right here. And right here, that post that I just did should appear in my news feed. So let's see, let's take a look. You see, the last photo that was uploaded in my feed was right here. Published by Tijuana via Instagram 4 minutes ago. Tijuana, Out of This World backpack, get this backpack today. Of course, you can edit here the link and just put the direct link if you want to from Facebook. You see edit post, and then you just drop the address there. So instead of saying link in bio, what you do is you just copy paste and done editing, and when people click in here, they can go to the product. And it took me about 30 seconds to do the post, and I did it in 2 places. So this is the technology, the bringing the gap reducing, the time consuming experience that we used to have by trying to post in several places. Now, if you do it in one, you can actually do it in several places, and will save you time, save you money. It's free. So I'm going to stop here for a second. I'm going to take a look at the questions. Awesome. I checked out some of the new videos in Facebook Blueprint. They will be a good help indeed. Uh, it's not pulling for me. FacebookBlueprint.com. Yeah, I think it should be. It should be. Oh yeah, it did load it. Wouldn't you have the URL for the store versus Teespring? No, actually, I don't have I might have. I had to look for it. Are you familiar with Linktree? And you can use that on your bio. Okay, yeah. You know what, Dr. Jim? No, I am not familiar with Linktree. I heard good things about it, but no, I am not familiar. It's definitely a tool that I will definitely take a look. And thank you for the recommendation. And I do have one other tool that it's gaining more popularity every day, specifically in a couple of markets, and I'm going to show you which one it is. But now let me just close this up. Let me close this up. Let me go to the Groove class day 6. We're going to go to my old friend Pinterest, but I'm going to move it out for a second while I do talk about some other things that are important. Emails. Emails is important. Remember, every single store should have a place when people can drop their email and, like a newsletter or for promotions. You can do it from Facebook as well. So we talk about a little bit about Google Analytics and Google. Oh, I haven't talked about Google AdWords. And Google AdWords is a crazy adventure. It works based on keywords, based on content, images, which subsequently you can add all your products in Google Merchant Services, which is this. I mean, not services, but Google Merchant. Let me just show you what it is. Or Google Shopping. Google Shopping, which, by the way, our great dev team is working like crazy to get this working automatically from directly from the card, which is called the Merchant Center. This is something that is working right now currently with Facebook, that you can generate your data feed from all of your products, but this one is going to get connected to Google Shopping. And what is Google Shopping? Every time you do a search from anywhere, let's just say dog treats. You see this little icon in the center? That's shopping. And this is a feed that is generated by Google. Google pretty much cleans up the links and they said, yes, this is a perfect product for replacement, so you can actually just be on this list. What we're doing right now with Google and Groovekart is trying to come up with an app that actually get these products in Google from your Groovekart automatically. So that's something that is coming for 2020. I believe it's going to come in the first quarter. I am not entirely sure, but I know it's coming. We have actually talked about it with the team, and this is going to help a lot because then you can create your ads from AdWords and actually plug them here, and it will be another extra set of tools that you guys can use in order to do that. I just got to click here for a question. Lenny, my let me see my Instagram. Let me just see how I have it, because Lenny asked what is my Instagram for Tijuana. Let me see, Instagram dash. Yeah, if you type tijuana.com, there I am. So, or Tijuana, it's TEEJUHNA. So there it is. So come back to this online promotions. We talk about emails. We talk about oh, I haven't talked about something here, which I kind of lost my train of thought. Our friend Instagram. I had it open and I closed it. Let me just go here. I think I had it open, but I just removed it out of the picture here because Pinterest is fun. I found it very nice tool. I find it very user-friendly, and not only that, but it allows me to post my products now with the links. So let me just show you how. You see all these, this is designs that I used to have Biochemics, for example, this was actually a very cool design. Biochemists mix things up. Very simple, very, and mind you, this is back 6-7 years ago, if not more. I'm so cool. Sharks have a week about me. I mean, if you follow sharks, they know they're very, very popular. They have their own week. But since I am so popular, sharks have a week about me. So, and I saw a lot of those as well. Somebody asked, do you need a business Pinterest account? Yes, Lloyd. It's highly recommended that you get a business account. With a personal account, you can share your interests, but a business account will give you it will open the opportunity for you to start advertising, which I think it will be a great idea. So, but let's take a look. For example, this design. I don't know if we have a lot of Hispanics right now in the chat room, maybe one or two. But in my country, at least, when you were growing up, we had something called la chancla, or the slipper. Keeping kids in check since 1970. That's the time that the chancla was very popular in my house, and my mom was a master at throwing that thing and beating me with it in my head. So, and you see, this was actually a link for it. Once you click here, it will go to my oh wow, they're still working. My old links. Oh no, you see, no, I took it down. So this was actually, as you can see, I need to update all these links. But so let me just do one right now. Let's just update these links, and I'm going to add something. So I'm going to go to my channel again, and let's see if we can create a pin. So all you got to do once you have your account set up, it's very simple, it's free. You just give it a website. So it will give you a couple of ideas. Next. It will tell you exactly everything. So let's just now promote another product from Tijuana. Let's just see what we can do here that might be appropriate for what we're doing. Let's just promote this one. Copy the link. Then add your title. Okay, it will tell you all the steps. Add your title. Neuroscience. Then you start talking about your product. This cool neuroscience. Make your work small. Do something funny. Add a destination link. You put the link. Again, you can add hashtags. You can add smart neuroscience geek. You can use as many hashtags as you want, and then you just publish. Oh, what happened? Where do I want to do it? Geekies. Publish. This actually is the channel. An image is required for the pin. Oh, save from the side. Enter the website. Right now it's picking up. You see what I did there? Let me just cancel. Let me do it again. Save from the side. You copy paste that link again, and it will start picking up the pictures. So just add to pin. Neuroscience. You published. You create a pin, and then if you want to promote it, you can promote it. It will of course ask you to refine it and create a traffic campaign. But that will be another training because we only have another 10 minutes. And you see, it will be almost the same as Facebook. You just create a daily budget, and then of course you can refine it, and then it will show through the side. So this is one of the great things. You can, if you have $2 or $3 a day and you want to run a campaign for 6-7 days or 2 days or 3 days, whatever it is, you can monitor your budget. So between Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest, if let's say you spend a daily budget of $5 or $10, let's say, for a product, let's say you do it for 5 days, you spend $50 among the 3 biggest online marketplaces right now. to promote products, I mean. So that will work, given the fact that you do a correct targeting, that you make sure that the product in the site is well presented, you have the right description, the right keywords, and all that stuff. You can actually see it at groovekartacademy.com. We do have all the past webinars in the academy, so please go there, groovekartacademy.com. If you don't have an access to it, please send me an email at john.garcia@groovekart.com or support@groovekart.com, and we'll be more than glad to send you the access to that. But as you can see, again, another tool, you can promote it for free, or you can actually do a promotion. If I go to the board right now, if I go to my board in Tijuana, most likely I will see it here. Is in my geeky t-shirts. Where is my boards? Where are my boards? Let's see. See, promote a pin. Latest, right here. The latest pin. And if somebody happens to look at it and like it, if they click here, guess where they're going? They're actually going to tijuana.com. They can just get the t-shirt right away. So again, another tool that is actually free. It's just a matter of putting the time, putting the learning, and actually, learn with the process. Actually, yes, it's groovekartacademy.com. That's correct, Christina. Opinion on Etsy. Etsy is a marketplace. I haven't experienced a lot in Etsy. However, I am working on something new that I am more likely to experience Etsy. And as soon as I get a better and more educated opinion, I'll be more than glad to share it. Because right now, I don't know a lot about Etsy. I heard a lot of great things, but as soon as I experience it more and I can deliver to you guys in a way that is easily to understand and is functional for you, then I'll be more than glad to do so. Do you need, hi, Mike, Christina is here. Apologize, the word delay. Where can I access your replay? And Christina, this is John. Mike is actually working in a great stuff, as they always do. You can access the replays at our Groovekart Academy. And if you happen that you don't have access to it, please send us a support ticket requesting the actual login credentials at support@groovekart.com. I'll be more than glad to take a look at it, or somebody from the team will do, and they'll give you the access. Now, today, guys, I didn't do a lot of hands-on training and a lot of stuff because I think that now, since we're almost ready to launch the stores, I wanted to make sure that I touch base in between the difference and also how we can work together between the offline and the online. So we have now, I believe, 6 more minutes left, and I cannot carry over with a couple of nonsense conversation, but I think it's good for the entertainment value of these webinars. So right now we talk about online promotion, we talk about offline promotion. So now I didn't talk about the customer journey. Well, I kind of touch on it a little bit and bridging that gap between the offline and the online. But this is pretty much everything that I kind of talk about. The omni-channel marketing. Omni-channel mean every single channel there is. TikTok, email, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Then integrate the content to create a nice journey for your customer. Then data gathering. And guys, if you're taking anything out of this conversation today or all this whole course, data-driven decisions are paramount. Don't do what we did, like, oh, you know what, I'm going to spend $100 today and hope for the best. No. Connect your sites to analytics, see what's selling, see what's gathering visits, what areas in the country. And if you have zeros, just put a post in Facebook, create some business cards, and test it out. Try to play with all the tools, and you will see results one way or the other. Hyper-personalization. I forgot to talk about this. And if you're following me right now, right here, hyper-personalization. This is what this course was designed to, because we started about products, and we did the products in week 4, I believe. And personalization, when you send an email message, when you send a tweet, when you send, not a tweet, but a personalized email message, or in this case, a WhatsApp message, once you talk to somebody with their name, they feel compelled to respond. When somebody calls you by your name, you're just like, oh, wow, this guy knows my name. I'm important as a customer. I mean something to this store owner. So that's one of the points that is definitely important for you guys to execute. Once you start learning the process, once you start executing the process and learning with it, then it will be easier. Because, for example, in MailChimp, which is another class, I'm going to dedicate a full training class for MailChimp because that's one of the greatest tools for building listings. List building. You'll be able to do that. You'll be able to program your MailChimp in a way that, taking a little bit of pieces from that database, your message can be customized in a way that people will open it, and once they see it, instead of, oh, this guy is sending me more stuff, but once you have an email with a subject line that says, hey Mike, thank you for your visit, we haven't forget your birthday, people go, ooh, who's this? When you use creative